Hey y'all, vaughntwins here. This is Kenya coming at you guys today with another video. I am going to be by myself today. I just have something that's been on my mind and on my heart that I wanted to speak to you all about. So I'm sure you can see from the title already of what it is. Before we get started though, I just wanted to thank all of me and Kiana's new subscribers. Thank you so much for tuning into our channel, and thank y'all so much for continuing to rock with us. Thank y'all for continuing to be patient with us. I know that our videos have been sporadic since the year 2019. We have had a lot going on, guys. We are going to sit down, me and Kiana both, and we're going to talk to you guys formally about what's been going on in our lives and why we've been kind of MIA. There's a good reason, I promise. There's a really good reason for it. But we, again, do want to thank you guys for being so patient with us. Y'all are the real MVPs, and we truly look at you guys as family, and we just really want to thank you guys for following along on the vaughntwins journey and giving us the opportunity to just, you know, take the time out to tend to things. We'll just leave it at that. We have needed to tend to things. And again, we will have a sit-down discussion with y'all. So when that time comes, we'll let you guys know. We'll do a shout out on Instagram, also Insta Stories, Snapchat, yada yada yada. So get your tea ready and get ready to come, listen, and hear the tea in terms of what's been going on in the vaughntwins' lives. But for today, I wanted to talk to you guys about a very serious subject, and that is anxiety. Again, before I get started, I do want to say, if you have not subscribed to me and Kiana's channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button, and also click the bell so that you're notified whenever Kiana and I post a new video. So guys, we're going to get right on into it. I wanted to speak to you all about anxiety. Now, generally when we come to you guys and we talk to you, the subject is always very uplifting. You know, our channel subjects are usually tailored toward hair or fashion or lifestyle. Well, I feel like anxiety is a part of lifestyle, right? Because not only do we have to take care of our physical health, but we have to take care of our mental health and our emotional health. And anxiety is something that affects the emotional, the physical, as well as the mental. So if there are any of you guys that do not know what anxiety is, let me go ahead and read it to you. I'm pulling this straight off of Google, so I'm going to go ahead and read. I'll be looking down at my phone. Anxiety is intense, excessive, and persistent worry and fear about everyday situations. What generally happens whenever you feel as though you're being overwhelmed with anxiety is you'll have a fast heart rate, you'll have rapid breathing, sweating, and you may even feel tired. It says anxiety can be normal in stressful situations such as public speaking or taking a test. Anxiety is only an indicator of underlying disease when feelings become excessive, all-consuming, and interfere with daily living. So guys, I just recently realized that I deal with anxiety. And it sucks. My life has been pretty tumultuous for, I would say, maybe about the past 5 years. And about a year and a half ago, things really kind of came to a head in my life. And what I mean by that is there were quite a few events that happened, really big events, like life-altering events, that happened to me that became really difficult for me to deal with and really difficult for me to process. Now, I mean, I've always patted myself on the back for being a very strong person and for being an individual that's been able to deal with stress that life tends to throw in my direction. However, I became overwhelmed with stress, and I became overwhelmed with negative situations happening to me. And I felt as though I was dealing with them properly by way of maybe going to the gym just to release some endorphins, or talking about them, or praying about them, because I am a Christian and I'm a firm believer that, you know, prayer is a way for us to release the emotional fatigue that's going on with us to God, and it's a way for Him to kind of download or to transfer His strength onto us. And so those were things that I was doing, And it isn't as though it didn't work. It was just about 1.5 years ago, there was a lot that ended up happening in my life that just made life way too overwhelming for me to deal with. And so I started having anxiety attacks. A couple things that I experienced is, my palms would get really sweaty. My heart would race, it would feel like heart palpitations. Or I would experience like memory loss, or my thoughts would race, and it literally felt as though my thoughts were racing so fast that my mouth couldn't keep up. So like I would try and speak and express myself, and like my sentences would get all jumbled up because my mind was racing so fast. And again, it was like my brain, my mouth, like all of that, those things that work congruently, my brain, my mouth, my heart, all that. It just seemed like it was too fast for me to actually verbalize what I needed to, what I was trying to express in that moment. And so it wasn't until I went to my therapist that I found out that I actually have been dealing with anxiety. And again, it typically happens when you find yourself in stressful situations. Now, type of situation, if you find yourself under extreme amount of stress, then you can deal with anxiety. There is a normal type of anxiety that you can deal with. Again, like it said, public speaking, or having to give a presentation at your workplace, or being put on a public stage and having to perform or act, or something that may cause an extreme amount of nervousness that may become overwhelming. During those times, anxiety may settle in, and it's okay. Sometimes it's a part of our nerves, and it's just what our body does. But that anxiety should come and go. What began to happen to me though is I realized that the anxiety wasn't leaving. It would come and it would go, and come and go and come and go. And so it wasn't until I found out from my therapist that I was dealing with anxiety that I realized that I needed help. Now initially, I was being told maybe take some medicine to calm me down, and I didn't want to do any of that. I just figured there has to be some other ways, there has to be some other methods to get rid of anxiety. And so that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I wanted to share with you some ways in which I deal with anxiety when I feel that it's coming on in the heat of the moment. Also, I just wanted to provide some comfort for you guys. If you are or have dealt with anxiety, I know that it's a subject that can be quite taboo, and it's a part of your mental health that unfortunately not many people like discussing, because it shows a sign of weakness. But identifying an issue that you're having, even as it pertains to mental health, is not being weak at all. It's actually showing strength. It's showing vulnerability, and to be able to show vulnerability actually shows that you're a very strong individual, because it isn't until you can pinpoint what your issue is that you can find a solution for it. And so again, I wanted to speak to you guys about the solution that I found that helps me whenever I am in a high stressful situation and anxiety begins to rear its ugly head, if you will. So for me, what I typically do is I breathe, and I breathe literally from my guts, like from the pit of my stomach. So I'm just going to demonstrate before you guys. I'll take as many breaths as I need to when I'm in a high stressful situation, like until I begin to feel my nerves calm down, or before I feel my heart rate calm down. So I'll just demonstrate it for you guys. I'm just going to take 5 breaths, and I'll just go in through my nose and out through my mouth. So I hope you guys get the picture, but there's like a chemical imbalance that takes place in your body whenever you have an onset of anxiety. And what that does is it basically kind of helps bring things back in balance. Okay, so the second thing that I may typically do is I may count backwards, starting from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I don't know what it is about that, but it's soothing. And not only that, but to hear my own voice can be very soothing as well. If that doesn't work, you can also recite your alphabet backwards. That helps because it forces you to focus on something. Instead of focusing on the anxiety and focusing on what your body is doing in that moment, it diverts your attention so that you can focus on something else. And typically, reciting your alphabet backwards is not a very easy thing to do. Like, it's not, it may be easy for some people, it's not very easy for me. Starting at Z and going backwards, like, it's something that you really have to intentionally think about. So that's something that I'll do. Tip number 4 is you can exercise. Exercising always helps because it releases endorphins in your body and in your brain, and the chemical imbalance that typically is taking place corrects itself whenever you're releasing those endorphins. If you can't exercise in that moment though, and you can't get away, my advice would be to take a walk, because you're still giving your body the opportunity to move, and you are enabling your body to release some kind of endorphins that's going to help correct, in the moment anyway, that's going to help correct that anxiety that you're feeling. Then also, proper sleep. Proper sleep is very, very, very necessary. You know, when we sleep, our bodies heal themselves, our brain gets the opportunity to rest itself. You know, there are a lot of great benefits to just getting proper sleep. And then the other tip is you want to make sure that you keep your body properly nourished. So you want to make sure that you're eating your green leafy vegetables. You want to make sure that you're getting proper protein in your diet. You know, you want to make sure that you're feeding your brain and your body with the proper nutrients that it needs in order to repair itself, right? Now, anxiety is something that is an emotional disorder, but it's a cognitive and it's a neurological disorder as well. And there are ways to correct that. What I'm explaining to you guys right now are things that will provide relief in the moment, but you can see your chiropractor, and a chiropractor as well as a holistic doctor can talk to you about ways to correct anxiety permanently. And the last and final tip that I would like to give to you guys that I sometimes do whenever I'm feeling anxiety is I'll get a glass of tea. And that always helps to, like, not only bring me down emotionally, but it brings my body down. It's typically like ginger tea or turmeric tea or green tea. And then the final tip that I would like to give you guys is, guys, pray. You cannot discount prayer. And when you pray to God, you give Him the opportunity to take away the anxiety and the fear and the timidness and whatever it is that you could be feeling in that moment. You give Him the opportunity to replace it, you know, with His courage, with His strength, with His boldness, those things that you need in order to continue to make it through the day. So that is also something that I'll do with strength. And when I tell you it works, it works. There is life and death in your tongue, and so you want to make sure that you're speaking positive things to yourself, and you want to make sure that you're uplifting yourself with your words, period. But especially when you feel like you are having bouts of anxiety, whether it be an anxiety attack or you just feel signs of anxiety coming on. So yeah, guys, that's basically it. Again, I know that this video was a little different from videos that Kiana and I have done in the past, but it was on my heart to speak to you guys about this because it is something that I've been dealing with pretty regularly. Again, I don't know if some of you guys deal with it as well. If you do, and you're not ashamed, go on ahead and let me know down below in the comment box if you deal with anxiety and what you do to relieve yourself of it in the moment when you feel as though it's, you know, trying to rear its ugly head. Then also talk to me about some situations that may make you feel anxious. Also, if you have not subscribed to me and Kiana's channel, what are you guys waiting for? What are y'all waiting for? Please subscribe. It would help us out tremendously, and it will let us know that you guys are enthused about watching our videos and that you also love following along with our journey. Also, make sure that you click the bell so that you are notified whenever Kiana and I post a new video. And if there are any other topics that you guys would like to know about around the subject of mental health, physical health, emotional health, you know, all of the above, whatever it is that you guys would like for us to bring to you guys, please let us know by, again, commenting below. And we will be more than happy to bring those topics to you and talk to you about them from our perspective. So guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I can't wait to talk to you all next time. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.